Hi, my name is Abraham Franco Hernandez, and my presentation is on the poem The Doubt of Future Foes by Elizabeth I of England. The doubt of future foes excels my present joy, and wit me warns to shun such snares as threaten mine annoy. For falsehood now doth flow, and subjects' faith doth ebb, which should not be if reason ruled or wisdom weaved the web. But clouds of joys untried do cloak aspiring minds, which turn to rain of late repent by changed course of winds. The top of hope suppose the root of rue shall be, and fruitless all their grafted guile, as shortly you shall see. The dazzled eyes with pride, which great ambition blinds, shall be unsealed by worthy wights whose foresight falsehood finds. The daughter of debate, that discord aid doth sow, shall reap no gain, where former rule slow peace hath taught to know. No foreign banished wight shall anchor in this sport, realm brook, nor not seditious sex. Let them elsewhere resort. My rusty sword through rest shall first his edge employ to pull their tops that seek such change or gave her future joy. So I will analyze the poem line by line. In the first line portrays Elizabeth as uneasy and worrying about the possible enemies that might threaten her throne in the future, which has disturbed her current happiness. The second line says that if she were smarter, she wouldn't let the threat of those to her throne affect her too much, and she should just ignore it because she knows that no one will be able to take the throne from her, and she's just worrying about nothing. The third line represents the false claim that have been made against Elizabeth from her rivals to the throne, specifically her cousin Mary, Queen of Scots, who challenged Elizabeth's position of power because she was Protestant and considered illegitimate to the throne. These claims made people doubt if Elizabeth was the correct person to rule. In the fourth line, Elizabeth says that this shouldn't be the case because the rule is fair, and she is a wise and reasonable person, even if some argue that Mary should be the queen instead of her. In the fifth line, she says that those who look to overthrow her are being blindly influenced by clouds of untried joy, or Mary's lies, but these clouds will turn into rain because everyone will repent after seeing that overthrowing Elizabeth was the wrong choice. The seventh line suggests that while people may see Mary as the hope of England's progression and glory, instead of Elizabeth, her reign will be full of rue, which means regret, sorrow, and pity. People will be crawling back to Elizabeth. The eighth line explains that the plan that people have made to overthrow Elizabeth will be fruitless, meaning it will fail. This could also mean that their plan to place Mary on the throne will bring the people no success. I use an image of Mary Stuart taking the crown from a disgusted Elizabeth to show Mary's plan to overthrow her on the left. In the ninth line, Elizabeth says that all the people, including her subjects, are good people right now, but Mary's ambition and influence will corrupt them and make everybody be against Elizabeth. In the 10th line, Elizabeth says that she already knows what the people are plotting, and that her foresight allowed her to see that lies that Mary feeds the people before she would, meaning that she predicted all the plotting and things that would go against her before they even happened. Line 11 refers to Mary as the daughter of debate, which is because she is stirring up the people of England and putting people against each other when she really shouldn't. Line 12 says that Mary will not be successful as queen, and the people of England will gain nothing from her because Elizabeth herself is better than Mary. In line 13, Elizabeth says that Mary, Queen of Scots, is a foreigner because of her reign in Scotland, and as a foreigner she will not be able to set foot in England because Elizabeth won't allow her to. In line 14, Elizabeth says that England is not going to revolt, so Mary shouldn't even try to go to England because she won't be queen there. I use the example of Trump with the wall because he, like Elizabeth, will not allow any foreigners from entering his country. In line 15, Elizabeth states that she is ready to draw her sword or go to war against Mary to protect her throne if necessary. In line 16, Elizabeth says that her sword is ready to kill those who seek change, which in this case is Mary wanting to change the queen to herself, or that her sword will remain in peace if joy and happiness follow this moment of darkness. I will now talk about the poetic forms that I found in this poem. I found alliteration, which is the repetition of consonant sounds, especially at the beginning of words. Examples are shun such snares, wisdom weave the web, and foresight falsehood finds. I also found enjambment, which is the running over of a sentence or phrase from one poetic line to the next, without terminal punctuation. These two sets of lines are enjambment because there's no pausing quotation or anything to stop them from one another. They're just a sentence converted into two lines. I also found antithesis, which is the contrasting or combining of two terms, phrases, or clauses with opposite meanings. In this sentence, I found that future and present are an example of antithesis because in the same sentence there are two different two different terms. I used the wrapper future to show this. I also found anthropomorphism, which is the personification in which human qualities are attributed to anything that is not human, usually god, animal, object, or concept. This line has an example because the clouds are said to cloak aspiring minds, and the rain is said to be of late repent. Obviously, these things do not have human qualities, which is why I used a cloud with a face on it to represent the anthropomorphism. And finally, I found symbolism in the sword in this sentence. My rusty sword through Rush shall first his edge employ. I think that the sword represents not only a weapon to fight Mary with, but I think it also symbolizes a separation between Elizabeth and her people. The sword symbolizes war and whether or not her people are willing to fight for her or against her. If you take either side of the sword being attacked by it or holding it against Mary, you choose a side, Elizabeth or Mary. Thank you.